monster.
You start like that, I gotta follow up.
Let me tell you something, brother. Monster Mania's running wild.
Woo!
Okay.
I'm hot PCP.
The best there ever was, the best there ever is. Welcome to Piper's Pit.
Coconut.
This is not even a wrestling show. I don't know what the hell we're doing. Okay. Summer's winding down.
Thank you.
Fall is coming. Our favorite season. So
I love it when the things die.
This episode's sort of a house cleaning. We're going to cover some books. We're going to cover some movies. We're going to cover some miscellaneous stuff.
So all the things you need to do to get yourself in the mood for Horrortober.
Horrortober's coming.
Horrortober's coming, where I'm going to be tweeting every horror movie I watch, and I watch one a day, every single day.
Yeah, so this is just the start of the avalanche.
Yes, this is to get you going, get the juices flowing.
Okay. First things first, I want to plug a book.
You should, absolutely.
In the House of Mirrors by Tim Myer. This is a friend of the show.
Yes.
This is why I love doing Monster Men, because I've met people, maybe not in person, but online, kindred spirits. He's got a podcast similar to us, except it's an audio podcast.
Yep.
Splatter Chatter. Sent me this book, asked me to review it. I read it, and I genuinely liked it.
Awesome.
In the House of Mirrors. First of all, like you, I just admire anybody who can sit down and write a book. What I liked about this book is there's 50 million zombie and vampire books out there. This is not. This is something different.
Good.
Nice
job, Tim.
And like Sinister Entity with you, I loved the main character. So I was reading this book because I was like, he wrote a guy that was just could have been me or you. It's an everyday guy with the way he thought. He made jokes about things. So it was a regular guy,
right,
put into extraordinary circumstances. It's got sadistic murderers, satanic cults, other realms, a lot of stuff going on. Yeah,
I'm taking it now.
So it's a fun read. I would suggest In the House of Mirrors, and then also check out Splatter Chatter. So go to timmmeyer.com. I'll put it up here.
We have 6 degrees of Tim because Tim watches The Monster Men. He reached out to Jack who read his book. Tim has read Swamp Monster Massacre and reviewed it for the horror novel review site. So we're all connected. And I can't wait to read this. And when I'm done with this is going on my website, and I'm going to talk about it. So I can't wait. I have a book, well, it's a series of books by Jonathan Janz, who we love. He did House of Skin and The Sorrows.
Which I read House of Skin and really enjoyed.
Yeah, that was such a good book. What he's done now is he wrote a book called Savage Species and broke it out into 5 parts, and they've been coming out every 2 weeks, each section. So I managed to catch the first installment. Loved it. Absolute night terrors. You have to read this book. I mean, just wicked cool.
I gotta put that on my to-do list. That's the challenge of doing Monster Men and being exposed to all this stuff. Is our piles of
I know.
Read.
I feel like Burgess Meredith in the Twilight Zone. There's not enough time. I need the world to end.
Well, I read a Brian Moreland book, Dead of Winter. Loved it, and I can't wait to get to the next one. But I end up reading a Janz book next.
Right.
Then I read Tim Myer. You know, it's like you can't keep up.
Well, speaking of Brian Moreland, he has a quick story come out. The Girl from the Blood Coven. Oh my God. This is just a quick and dirty, awesome story. I mean, this is literally, it's literary crack. Where you get that first one for free, and it's actually a lead into his new novella, The Witching House, which I cannot wait to read. And I did a first read on one of his books, so I could do a blurb for it that's going to come out later this year. I won't reveal too much about it, but it is awesome. Brian is really one of my favorite authors. Brian and Jonathan, both. They're 2 of my favorite authors.
Well, let me tell you, The House of Skin I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
It was one of those, I go, well, where the hell is this going? Where the hell is this going? And you get pulled into this world.
Yep.
And at the same time, Dead of Winter, God, they got to make a movie out of that.
Yeah. Brian hopes so too. And check out Shadows in the Mist by him too. Another great book.
I have that on my iPad waiting to be read,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got Witching Hour.
Oh, and another one if you want. It's a novella by Frazer Lee called The Lucifer Glass. It's a novella. It's going to be part of a series about this guy who he gets things for rich people. Usually they're arcane, supernatural things.
He's like Morgan Freeman in The Shawshank Redemption. I've been known to get things.
Exactly. His name is Daniel Gates. He's kind of like a mixture of James Bond and I don't know, one of the crew from Friday the 13th, the series. You know, remember that? That's another cool, slick novella that's just a total head trip in the end. So another great read, and they're all quick. They were the short stories and novellas, so you need that little horror hit. Mainline that sucker right in there.
Want to get high?
What a rush! Great books. You had another one.
Oh, another friend of the show, Jamie Evans.
Yes.
He's written a number of books. I'll put his info up here, but he's got a comic book out that's coming out in segments.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cowboy Cody.
I love it.
Monster Hunter.
Cowboy Cody. Love it.
And basically, he wanted to make Kolchak into a Western.
Way to go, man. I dig it.
It's his own little comic book he put out. So I picked it up off Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
And it was part one, short, quick, fun read. So, I mean, if you commute on the train every day, this is like perfect stuff to be reading. He's also a great friend of the show.
Yeah, he is.
And so he's written other books. Go to his website and look, because there's a lot more than that. But what's more fun than Cowboy Cody? Come on.
Hey, and I love cowboy stuff, so
yeah,
even better. So I mean, I think that's the stuff that you should read to kind of get you going.
Yeah.
Because I always say you can't just watch horror movies. You got to read.
You definitely have to read.
Because the best stuff is in all these books, the most original stuff that just never gets made.
Well, a lot of this stuff, you read the book and then you see movies and you see bad special effects and you're like, almost a good movie or something. It's very seldom you read a book and you're like, ugh. There's stuff that happens in like Dead of Winter that probably wouldn't translate to a movie without some tweaking.
They'll do their Hollywood thing.
Do the Hollywood thing. But in your mind's eye, it works fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, always read the book. My God.
But we know you can't always read.
Yeah.
Your eyes will go bad after a while, like mine have gone. So you got to watch something. Exactly.
Having said that, let's review some movies.
Yes, exactly, because movies are good too. Movies feed the mind.
So, the beauty of Netflix is that there's a bunch of movies just laying there and TV shows for you to watch.
Their on-demand is littered with horror stuff.
Good and bad.
They're good and bad and unwatchable.
Well, one just came, by the time we film this, it will have been on there for a while, but it's worth watching even though it is not a great movie. The ABCs of Death.
Oh my God. It's long because it goes through every letter of the alphabet.
It has a kill that starts with A, a kill that starts with B.
It has 26 directors.
So like D is dog, just to give away one.
Right. They were given a letter, and then they had to come up with a short 5 to 10 minute vignette that explained a death using that letter.
So they don't say the letter first. So if you're not keeping track in your head, you're like, wait, is this?
It's almost better that way.
Yeah.
Because then you're guessing.
Sometimes the word they link it to,
it's a stretch.
It's a stretch, but some of them are tremendous.
Yeah, out of 26, there's probably 6 or 7 that are.
There's one with a spider that was entertaining.
Yes.
There's some though that are painfully bad. But
they're quick. Even if they're bad, it's quick.
Yeah. I wished I'd waited and watched it with you, because that would have been a perfect one to get a couple of beers and watch it, laugh all around. But it does run a little long, because I definitely kept going to myself, LMNOPQR, counting how many more letters to go.
I did too. Ty West does one of them, the director, who did The Innkeepers and VHS and stuff.
Which one did he do?
He did the one with the woman with the miscarriage.
Oh.
That was so disturbing. That, and you know what? That was really short. That felt like it was like 2 minutes long.
That was a quick one.
I wanted that to be longer.
As a horror fan, you should watch it.
Yeah.
Get some friends and watch it with a group, though.
Right.
Or it's a good one. And maybe it's not a good one to read a book with because things happen so quick.
Yeah.
You'll miss it.
That's definitely worth it. Now, another one you have on here. I love this movie. Attack the Block.
Attack the Block is one of the best movies.
It's a British movie.
It's a British movie.
With these British like hood rats fighting aliens, taking over.
It takes place in this like bad neighborhood, and this group of kids mug a girl, and then this sort of alien invasion kind of thing happens, and they end up having to team up, which is an uneasy alliance. It is hilarious.
Yep.
It is genuinely scary in parts. It is entertaining.
The creatures are awesome.
Creatures are great.
With their eyes don't glow, their mouths glow. This weird blue.
Yeah, because when you first see it, you're like, what is that?
They're like big fur balls or something.
Werewolfy.
Oh man, they are freaky. That's a good movie.
And I'd heard about it. I told you about it.
Yep. I got it.
I heard about it, and then I finally DVR'd it. And I watched it. My mouth. And Nick Frost from Shaun of the Dead is in it.
Yes.
So a small part.
Yeah, he was good. As the dealer.
Yeah.
No, that was a good movie. There's another one that's on Netflix, The Citidel.
No, I haven't seen that.
It's this guy. His wife is pregnant. And they're going out. I think she was going to have the baby, and she gets murdered by these feral children in this high-rise apartment. And then fast forward to him where he's got the baby, and he's terrified. He's an agoraphobic, and he's just freaked. And he meets up with this priest who's trying to figure out the secret of the feral children. It's just strange. It's an Irish horror movie. Hunter Shea is Irish, so I'm gonna just love it anyway.
Is Will Ferrell one of the feral
Will Ferrell's not one of them.
Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank.
Get the feral children. But if that's another cool movie that is on Netflix and it's quick. Cool and quick. That's all I ask for. Don't bog me down with 2.5 hours of crap. Just hit me and let me go.
Oh no, I've started like with these horror movies looking at how long they are.
Oh
to
my God.
determine whether I watch them or not.
Yeah. Netflix, you can pretty much assure yourself it's crap if it's under two stars, because the people have spoken. And just be ready. If it's under 2 stars.
I'll tell you what though, on Netflix I've discovered that a lot of great old horror movies are on there. Reanimator's on.
Yes.
Hellraiser, The Stuff.
Yeah.
Chud.
Yeah.
God.
You know the greatest double feature ever? That if I had a movie, a drive-in, which is one of my goals to own a drive-in, the first double feature would be Reanimator and, oh my God.
From Beyond.
From Beyond. There you see? That's why you're a monster man with me.
From Beyond is not on Netflix. I'm trying to find it.
You can get it, not on demand though, but it's available. I think Bride of Reanimator's on demand too.
Did I see that? I had to have seen it.
You had to have.
It's been a long time. American Werewolf in London is on Netflix. And it's funny because the girl, Jenny Atgutter, is that her name? Mm-hmm. She's in the Avengers. She's one of the people on the screens.
Yes. Oh God, she was awesome.
Oh, Logan's Run.
Oh my God, that's right. And Farrah Fawcett.
Oh my God.
I think those are a few movies to get you started.
That's
a few
enough
books
to get you
started. Rolling. This will take you right into October. When you get to October,
we'll have plenty more coming.
It's going to be every day. Get ready for the assault.
Yeah, we'll be blogging. We'll be posting Monster Men shows. And
yeah,
get ready for it. But this is the tip: go buy some books and get some Hunter Shea stuff while you're at it.
There you go. Sinister Entity, perfect way of battling doppelgangers and ghost rapists. Have fun.
We'll close with Ghost Rapists.
Yes,
See you next time. I'm Monster Man.
Grr, arg.